What is up, home workout and bodyweight exercise fans? In today's video of Home with Muscle, I'll be talking about superhero physiques, body types, and which basically superhero physique you should aspire to based on your body type. So I'm finishing month 1 of the superhero summer physique challenge, and I'm also at a point where I'm trying to decide, which physique I'll be aiming for. Last year I aimed for the Wolverine, got pretty close, gained 10 pounds of pretty lean muscle, and was pretty satisfied with my results. But this year I'm still not sure. I'm gonna let you know in the ending of this video, but today let's focus first of all on you. Now, there are 3 basic body types: ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. And based on these body types, I found 3 superhero physiques that match in order for you to have an idea, on what's ideal for you to aim for. So starting with the fact, first of all, that pretty often the fitness industry will promote that one physique that everybody should get, based on what's trending during that period, what movie's popular, this and that. And a lot of people I see get really absorbed into getting that physique, looking like that, training to look like that, which is not realistic because we're not all the same. We differ. And I'm not saying that you can get a really badass physique. I totally support that, but you also have to learn to work with your body and work with your strongest features, not work against your body. Because sometimes, obsessing over getting, let's say, an 8-pack, like really defined really defined abdominals, such as, let's say Brad Pitt as his role in his role as Achilles. Obsessing over something like that can sometimes be counterproductive and cause a lot of problems for you. Whereas if you just be satisfied with getting a 4-pack and building a really impressive rest of your body and being comfortable in your skin, like really owning your physique, that can be a lot healthier and more functional approach. So let's start first of all with ectomorphs. Ectomorphs are people that are most of their lives they've been like really thin, especially extremities, arms and legs are even thinner, and they're the typical hard gainers. They struggle to gain weight easily. Oftentimes they'll have also smaller joints, which will also affect the symmetry of their body and their aesthetics. So these are also people that if they live a really bad lifestyle, especially nutritional wise, they will end up getting the skinny fat physique. I've talked a lot about that. I also have a free course. I'm gonna link it above, where you can learn how to beat your stubborn fat, how to get rid of your skinny fat physique. But for these people, what I recommend, especially when you first get started, if you're doing the superhero challenge for the first time, or if you just want to get in shape, don't aim for getting like a Wolverine physique, for example. Aim for getting something such as a flash physique, as I recommend in the superhero home workout. So basically what you want to be aiming for is a lean physique, muscular physique, but not huge physique. Moving on, the second typical body type is the mesomorph, and these are people that are pretty symmetrical. Some people think that these types of body types gain muscle more easily and faster, which is usually not the case. The thing is that just because their bodies are so symmetrical and gain weight all over, you don't gain like more weight on your belly, for example, such as other people. Because of that, you also have the optical illusion that you're gaining muscle a lot easier and you get in shape faster. So again, this type of physique, also has to work really hard to get results. Sometimes of course, you have some people, that have won the genetic lotto and have both really good genes in terms of building muscle, have also the mesomorph body type, and for them looking really amazing is easier than most of us, but that's very rarely the case. So if you belong in this category, I recommend with going for something such as the Wolverine physique, which is my favorite, especially the one portrayed by Hugh Jackman in Wolverine 2 and 3. So I like this physique a lot because it's not that huge, it's pretty big, it's pretty strong, but also really lean, a lot of definition. Plus the Wolverine doesn't shave his chest and is a pretty hairy guy, sort of a little bit like me. And yeah, so that's the ideal physique for you. The third typical body type is the endomorph, and these are people that were always a little bit more chubby. These are people that have thicker legs and also stronger legs very often, which is also a result of carrying a little bit more weight during most of their lives. And these are people that gain gain weight a bit easier than they can lose it. So for this kind of physique, I recommend, building the Captain America type of superhero physique. So, aim at getting really strong, aim at getting like big, getting a big back, developing your arms, your chest, and, work on your abs and, eat, have a proper nutrition, and, you can try to get lean and all that, but don't obsess over getting like an 8-pack. Focus on getting, first of all, a 4-pack, those first 2 layers of abs, that combined with a really strong physique and with you just owning your physique, feeling comfortable in your skin, that's what's going to give you a really badass superhero look. Again, I'm not saying that you can't get more definition with your abs. I'm just saying, for now, take it a little bit more gradually. Once you get that type of physique and you stabilize, you own it for, I would say, a year or 2, so your body, gets used to it. After that, if you want to, you can focus on getting leaner, and that goes for everyone. Just like for the ectomorph, the flash physique, once you build up a physique like that, slowly, later on, you can start focusing on gaining more mass if you want. All I say is that, you learn to work with your body and you don't force yourself too much that you end up self-sabotaging yourself. Now, another thing is that these 3 body types are not like the only ones out there. There are also hybrid body types. For example, I would consider myself a meso-ectomorph, so a Wolverine / Flash type of person. I don't gain muscle that easy, not that I gain it difficult. For example, my legs were always a little bit thinner. Even though I used to train them a lot as a kid, they were pretty strong. I couldn't gain as much mass on my legs as I could on my upper body. Now I'm also missing a leg, but if I look at least at my right leg, I'm gaining a little bit more size nowadays. That's also due to age. Some muscles grow more easily as you grow up a little bit later on. But when it comes to me for this challenge, I'll be aiming for the Wolverine physique again. But in comparison with last year, I'm not sure if I'm going to try to aim to gain so much weight again, because it felt a little bit difficult for me to maintain that. It's always fun in the beginning, you can eat more and all that, but I felt heavier. I didn't feel comfortable with my calisthenics, and I had days that I had to eat a lot and I was tired, and I was eating a bit more junk food, because calories from junk food come easier, and I felt too stuffed eating clean foods all the time. So for me, this year I'm gonna try to go for the Wolverine physique again, but in a little bit more crisp look, a little bit more shredded look. I would like to hear your opinions as well. Like, what do you think? What would you recommend? What would you enjoy more? See me again gaining a lot of mass and achieving something like last year, or getting a more shredded look? Let me know. If you want to join the Superhero Summer Challenge. There's a link above where you can get a 30% discount. What else? I have a free beginner's guide, you know, if the superhero isn't for you, if you want something a bit more easier, you know, if you just got started, that's free, you can check it out. All the links are in the description below. Make sure you like this video, make sure you also share it with your friends below. That's even more helpful for me to keep on growing this channel and creating better content. And if you're new, also make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. More cool content is coming on. Until next time, keep on training.